motors and
He focuses a lot on the surf club stuff, like the IRB racing.
okay.
So he builds the IRBs there in his shop, and he ships them all over Australia, as far as I'm aware, to all the surf clubs.
Did you say IRB racing?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
they do races as well?
Yeah, they have big carnivals. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty
I
big.
didn't know
nowadays, Yeah.
Wow.
yeah. It's a bit of a big thing. Like we actually, one of our races up in Alex Headlands, I think it was, it fell on the same weekend as theirs, and they had like hundreds of people on the beach, which was good for us.
Right.
Yeah, and that big turnout for them.
Yeah. Why couldn't either one of you guys? You probably have to do it from you guys. You know, you've got Gold Coast Thundercats, the series, right? The event
through
or
the
the-
year. Yeah.
I'm sure every single guy with an IRB in those clubs would want to join on the tag onto your day's racing.
Oh
wouldn't
yeah, they hang out, don't they, Jay? They just
Yeah.
Like we do events up at Sunshine Coast for Coolum Surf Club and Markula, and they love us up there. And we have their boats out the back as safety, and they came in and they always want to have a go at the end of the day, and they just love it because they've only got little 25 horsepowers, and we've got the 50s that are worked up, and they just love it. So.
What sort of speed did you say, roughly, maybe?
yeah, it depends what setup we're running. I mean, in the surf cross of races where we race just through the waves, there's normally about 50 or 60 k's, kilometres an hour.
On
and
water, that's like a million k's.
And through waves.
Yeah, and
Right.
it's not real great when you're hitting a wave head on either. It stings a bit, but and with the other setups, you're getting around sort of 90 k's to 100 k's with a good prop.
Yeah.
Wow. And what's this race you're about to do with no prop guard?
Oh, it's a
That sounds
type
gnarly.
of race. Yeah, it's all right. It's more of a high speed thing. It's
okay.
It's this weekend up the spit there. What we do is set out a course out beyond the breakers, and we just race in a triangle or a square for a certain amount of laps, and just whack on your big props and go for it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So props, there's no rules on props generally? Like even with a prop guard, you're allowed to mess with that, like in technology and stuff?
Yeah, that's the one thing that variates most of the competitions, like your props and your setup. So
Nice.
you got different props, obviously diameters, pitches, and you can play with all that. That's all open.
You see dudes down there like filing them before the race?
Oh,
No?
they're like a trophy, mate. You touch them with
okay.
a file, you'll wreck them.
Yeah.
They get polished. They're stainless, obviously, and
I
they're
love
they're
that gear,
precious.
man.
Sharp.
I love that stuff. Is that right? So they all steel?
Stainless steel.
Stainless, yeah,
Stainless
all
steel.
stainless.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could see one right now. 3 blade?
Yeah.
Okay. Has anyone messed with 4 blades and this day? I got no idea. So,
Oh, I'd imagine they probably
anyone
have.
coming out with carbon fibre?
The surf club boats, they run 4 blades, mainly for that extra blade for a bit of grip. But I think for us, it'd probably slow the engine down and take too many revs out of the engine. You'd start losing a bit of pace, I think. You'd probably have the pickup there, but you'd lose it in top end speed for sure, I reckon, with the extra blade.
I get you. Okay. Right. I'm just trying to work out how that would work and feel. So
You just want it to be, as soon as you hit the throttle, just
Right.
pinging and holding revs and just really revving out.
Right.
So you're getting, as you're hitting the waves, 30% of the time you're racing in the surf, you're in the air. And when you're landing, you want to be back on the power and hitting top speed, bang, straight away.
Okay.
And
Yeah, you want
that's
your
the aim of
grip.
the game.
You want your grip. That's the
Right.
main thing. Acceleration, really. Top
Is-
speed's not much.
does all your apart from the one you're about to do, does generally do you have to go into the break, like
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
into the
yeah,
surf? Okay,
yeah.
so you've got maybe 2 or 3 boys outside.
Yeah, we race in a square. So if you're on the beach looking out to the horizon, you'll have a square set out, and there'll be two beacons in like the shore break, about waist height water. Then the other 2 turn cans are out past the breakers,
Wow, that's shallow.
and we'll race anti-clockwise for 6 to 8 laps.
Wow,
Yeah,
go see this.
it's pretty cool.
And so if let's just say you went there today, it's a 2-day event. I'm just going to ask you like racing nerd stuff.
Yeah,
2-day event. The first day, it happens to be 6-foot surf. That's big.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then the very next day, it's 2-foot surf.
Yeah.
Do you change props?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Right.
Definitely, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. What else would you change?
I can't tell Jay all our tricks. He'd end up trying to beat us, but
Oh, so you're from 2 different teams.
yeah.
2 different boats.
Well, what's the name? Do you have team names and stuff?
No,
Cool.
not necessarily.
Do you have sponsors?
No, don't. No. Nathan and Jay, his eldest brother, they have a sponsor.
Who's
So,
that?
yeah.
Neptune Marine, they help us out a little bit with the boat price and stuff when we bought our boat.
Great.
And a bit of parts and that here and there.
Great. Yeah.
Just self-sponsored, really.
Self-sponsored. So how much fuel do you use?
It's probably around the 30 litre mark.
Okay.
We've got a 10 litre tank. You probably fill it up twice, once or twice in a day, depending on the surf. If it's a big surf, you're going pretty hard, you'll chew through a bit of fuel. So.
It sounds like the cheapest racing ever.
It is, definitely.
It is. You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. How much is a prop?
Prop, it's probably about $600 out of the box, and then it's probably another $300 or $400 in working it. My prop's probably up around the 1,100 mark. They've probably been taken back 3 or 4 times to the shop now, just getting worked.
Who does that stuff?
There's a fella up at Southport, a Propeller Prepares Australia. I think I got that right.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
Australia.
Yeah, Yarn, his name is.
Yarn. Yeah, my prop's up there at the moment, and
are they?
you get him. Yeah,
Let's go for a little drive scene. Is that right? So he's the guru,
he is. Yeah, he's very good.
and you could tell him, "Mate, I need a bit more this
So
and that. I
you
need
change
more."
the pitch. So if you got like a fan blade,
I
on
can
your- on
almost see
your
his
fan-
name's Yarn. I can
Yeah.
just see what he looks like
He's
out
South African,
out in
I
the
think.
shed.
Oh, I don't know. He's got some accent.
Yeah.
I forget what it is.
He's a bit funny, but yeah, you just get little bits changed, cupping on the edge of the props, get you a bit of grip.
Like an engineer sort of
Yeah.
dude. Does he? Okay.
So, but he does all different sort of props from like
Okay,
your
big cruisers
ships
and
Yeah,
sort
the
of
offshore
stuff
power
to-
boats,
right.
all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
big flybridge cruisers.
You just tell him what you want, and he'll get it done for you.
Can I ask? Does he do it by hand, or does he have some sort of?
Be mostly machined because when you get them back, they're like a stainless knife. They're just
Right.
you can shave in it. It's that clear, and they're just so
They're
sharp.
sharp.
Yeah.
I want to see one.
Yeah, they're prop porn. They really look, they look that good, huh?
To dudes, I love that. You know what I mean? It's there's like sprint cars and stuff. There's always the little things that
It
you're like,
is.
yeah, this is my little edge, and you get
Yeah.
right into it,
Yeah.
and it never ends. That's the
Yeah.
cool thing.
Yeah.
If only I had this. If only I could do that. If I should, gone this way and that way, and that's just how we work, I reckon.
Yeah.
You know, or, I'm not cutting out the ladies, but it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And to have that stuff in racing, I get right into it. Like dirt bikes, I should have this tyre, blah blah blah.
Well, that's your edge, because all the engines have got to be standard, straight out of the box. There's a few modifications you can do in
Like
strengthening, like strengthening the transom, your tiller arm, little things like that. And,
Do they bubble test the motors?
Bubble test.
Yeah, well, in sprint cars,
Yeah.
they bubble test the bore to make sure no one was oversizing the pistons.
Well,
I just found a gap for you, lads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're all measured and sealed anyway. So
Oh, they're sealed. Okay.
yeah, they get measured and sealed by Rob there at Burley and
Yep.
John also up at Neptune. So
Right. What about they run exhausts? Obviously.
No.
yeah, they got
you
standard
can,
exhaust, but
internal
you're not allowed
exhaust.
to
You're
not
not
allowed
allowed
to
to mess with
Yeah.
that. Wish
Come
you can.
on. What do you guys do?
Well, that's
Can you
one way.
port anything? Because no one would see any porting or.
Well, that goes once it gets sealed, you got your stainless little
Oh,
chains
okay.
around every bolt and
Your
stuff
head
like
bolts,
that.
your carbies, like
Yeah.
Well, this is good
your
racing.
power head.
But it's one way to keep it even, But these days we are having trouble getting members, so we are have got modified engines racing with us,
Okay.
which is good sort of for us, because we
Yep.
can still keep up with them. And in
Yep.
a surf, a modified engine, if you put them in flat water and you wound them out over a couple of Ks, yeah, they're going to get us.
Yep.
But in the surf, it really brings it back to an even playing field, and we can keep up with them,
Right.
so we don't really mind too much if there's modified engines.
How about with sprint cars? We after every qualifying and then the end of every heats, they don't do it. They do it all the time. Whoever finished first, second, third, we roll up on the scales in the
Yeah.
infield,
Yeah.
and that's checking weight. So that's it, driver included. So you can't do that necessarily on race
No,
day on a boat.
As long as your motor's sealed, I mean, you count it as points. If you got a hot motor or a modified motor, most of the guys are honest about it, and we can see that it hasn't got seals on it. So
Yeah.
there's obviously a reason for that.
No, but what I mean is modified guys, unreal. But you might have to run 5 kilos, 10 kilos of lead.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, okay. What we do is they just don't get pointed. Like they can run in our class, but they won't get points for that round,
Righto.
for that race. So
Yep.
we've told the guys if they can get like 5 or 6 boats together or more, we'll give them their own class and they can race for points and trophies then.
Right.
So it's pretty cool to finish a race in front of them, and they got a modified engine, and now's a
And they're all like sitting there crying on the beach like spoiled pussy. Whatever.
They got
get to
their
see these
billet
modified
heads and their light and
with their
flywheels.
headbands and wristbands, like, damn! With their white leather outfits.
Yeah.
No?
Not white leather wetsuits.
Yeah, exactly. Their names are Sven. And, I like taking the piss because I don't know any of them yet. What about on race day? Tell me what it looks like. Like,
We get down there about, 7 o'clock. We normally meet at the boat ramp there, and we'll make sure all the boats are there that should be there. And once they're there, we'll launch them into the water, and one of the guys will tow the trailer around onto the beach. It's got all our race set up in it. So we've got bunting and that we've got to set up on the beach, stop the public walking backwards and forwards, and obviously the turn cans, anchors, all that stuff's in the trailer. So we get busy setting that up on the beach, and the boats come round. And, as soon as the bunting's up, we're away.
And tell us what happens out there, because I've lived on the coast for whatever and seen the shark net boys out there, and even the clubby boys. How are they actually stuck to the ground? No one knows.
Shark nets, I couldn't tell you. Jay might be able to tell you. He's a bit of a diver.
Oh, they're mostly anchors. Yeah,
okay.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what about the boys that you guys use? Are they just...
Pretty much the same, just sort of like
anchor and chain.
Anchor chain.
You know, the sort of buoy you'd see. We do have big blow-up buys that are probably, a metre in diameter sort of thing.
Yeah, like they use a snapper.
Yeah, in the surf,
that sort of
surf
stuff.
carnivals.
Yeah. Because, going out the surf and you've got like a 3 or 4 foot face, it's pretty hard to see out behind it, and some people tend to land on them.
Yeah, and if it's huge, you don't want to run into something like that.
Well, yeah, I've definitely hit it a few times, but...
Right.
Try not to.
Far out, this sounds so good.
But for like a spectator sport, like when we up at King of Coolum, which is our premier event every year, we surf in front of we race in front of the surf club, and we get probably 2,000 to 3,000 people coming and watching. It's all over the news up there.
Yeah,
and you get.
Let's face it, they got it's not a good. Like, Gold Coast is way better, so they got nothing else to do up there.
That's right. Yeah.
That's it. They love us. They love us. They're celebrities.
Their tourism is just hounding us to get up there and race for people. And they go to the Coolum Surf Club, love it. They get like a few thousand people come through. You get blokes drinking in there from 10:30, and they sit up on the balcony and get pissed and scream
beautiful.
out.
And nice bit of beach too. They get a good swell in Coolum.
It's
big
good.
fat rolling sort of swell there.
But it'd be good to promote surf clubs down here, like we've been trying to get onto Tugun Surf Club, to race out in front of them for a weekend for 2 days. We'd all go back there for dinner and drinks in the afternoon and all that sort of stuff. It's got to be a bonus for clubs like that for us, but we're just not getting it.
Oh,
and it's the hardest thing.
Straight after this, we'll get on the phone to someone I know. I'm serious, but it would only take a club like Tugun that are run by people like us, basically. Just go, oh, yeah, we'll have a crack.
Yeah.
Do we have to do anything? No.
Yeah.
Great.
No.
Well, you'll just sell beer. Okay.
Well, we've been paying $1,200 to the surf clubs up in the Sunshine Coast, and they give it to their members, and they go out and, their safety boats out the back for the day, and, they earn a little bit of cash for themselves.
Which they never normally earn anyway.
Nah,
never.
That's right.
It's all volunteer stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good for their clubs. It's bringing a lot of money in, and they get the TV crews come out there too, and it's all over the news. So
and for anyone who doesn't know anything about even surf clubs, they would think it's something that links to the surf club. Like they'd go, oh, these must be the guys who normally do the IRBs having a good race today.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's face it. They just, who are these guys? Oh, they must be linked to the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the guys coming down there and they're looking at our boats going, these are pretty fancy looking IRBs. You go, yeah. You want to come for a spin? Oh, no, they're right.
Yeah. Wow, okay. How much is it then if I was going to go buy one right now and race on the weekend?
You can pick up second-hand setups that aren't sealed. Well, some are even for about the $7,000 mark.
Wow.
Which is cheap racing, as you know.
Yeah.
You can buy brand new everything for around, I think, $14,000.
Yeah.
So.
And how many races can you do a year?
Well, we race once a month, so we don't race right through to December. So there's about 10 club shows,
right,
including the 2 or 3 up in the Sunshine Coast.
So you don't go through December. So
No,
then that's the other